Hello, everybody. My name is Sir Rafael, and I will be teaching you environmental studies for class 4. Now, today we will be learning about houses. Chapter number 11, Houses Then and Now, on page 77. Now, all of us live in houses, right? What kind of house? Yeah, we live in different kinds of houses. And today we will be learning more about the kinds of houses that we live in and other people live in as well, right? So, the first, we have modern houses. Let us read. The house we live in provides us with shelter, security, and comfort. They protect us from thieves and robbers, wild animals, storms, rains, and floods. Most of the houses that we see today are made of brick, mortar, cement, steel, and glass. These houses can be seen in cities as well as villages. Let us see how the modern houses are different from the houses that were built in the past. Shrikant lives with his parents and grandparents in Delhi. They live in a two-bedroom flat in a multi-story building. Besides the two bedrooms, the flat has a drawing room, dining room, kitchen, and a bathroom attached to each bedroom. The kitchen is fitted with modern gadgets, and every room has inbuilt cupboards and overhead storage space. The flat also has two small balconies used for drying clothes and keeping potted plants. They live on the fifth floor, and there is a lift to move up and down. Shrikant's parents park their vehicles in the basement of the building. The apartment building provides many facilities like power backup, maintenance of the building, plumbing, and electrical repairs that make life easy and comfortable. The building complex has a small park with benches and swings. The children living in the building play in this park. All right, let's stop there. Now, what we can see is this person called Shrikant, who lives with his parents and grandparents in Delhi. They live in what is called a residential complex. Okay, there are not many residential complexes in Aizawl right now, but if anyone has been to Kolkata or Delhi, anywhere outside of Mizoram, you will find many residential complexes. All right, and in these residential complexes, there are many tall buildings called apartment buildings, and people live on different floors in their individual apartments. All right, and all of these apartments, of course, all of these houses are made of brick, mortar, cement, steel, and glass. All right. So, yeah, and these apartment complexes, they have many facilities like power backup and maintenance of building, plumbing, electrical repairs, and also some apartment complexes also have swimming pools, right? There are swimming pools and clubhouses and many different things. What is your house like, and where do you live? Do you live in an apartment complex? Right? Moving on. And then we have houses in the past. Shrikant's grandmother has fond memories of the house she lived in as a young girl. She grew up in the town of Muzaffarpur in Bihar. She lived in a joint family. She remembers that her house was very big with many rooms. There was a lot of space in the front and the back of the house. There was a courtyard in the center of the house, and the rooms were built around the courtyard. There was a huge veranda running around the house like a long corridor. Even though it was a pakka house, pakka meaning, does anybody remember what a pakka house is? A pakka house is a house made of cement, bricks, mortar, and steel, right? That's a modern house, right? Part of the house was plastered in mud, like a kacha house, right? Especially the kitchen area. Every morning before cooking started, the walls, floors, and chullas were smeared with a mixture of cow dung and mud. This kept the kitchen from insects, free of insects and flies. Right? So, in the olden days, houses used to be very big, and some of them were kacha houses. They were not made from cement and bricks, they were made from mud and straw and other things, right? Although there were no fans, coolers, or air conditioners, One did not feel very hot because of the high ceilings and ventilators. Small window like openings near the ceiling. Part of the house had a flat roof to provide for the terrace, and a part of the house had a sloping and tiled roof. Kitchen and toilets were built at a short distance from the main buildings so that the smoke or unpleasant odors did not disturb the people living in the house. The kitchen had mud chullas and cow dung cakes, coal, and wood were used as fuel. So it often got smoky and full of soot inside the kitchen. Toilets did not have flush latrines, and people carried their own water inside. Bathing areas were separate from the toilets. Water had to either be drawn from the well or pumped out with the help of hand pumps. Right, so there was no internal house plumbing in the old days, right? In the houses of the past, everything had to be done by hand. They had to draw well from water from the well and pump water from hand pumps, right? Yes. And now we turn to page 79, houses in urban areas. There's a lack of space in cities. Urban homes are therefore designed to utilize small spaces. Also, in many cities, joint families have given way to nuclear families. Houses in cities mainly cater to small families with not more than 4 to 6 members. The independent bungalows have given way to row houses and high-rise buildings. Modern homes have become more comfortable too. They have attached bathrooms with bedrooms. Modern kitchens are equipped with gas stoves, microwave ovens, and pressure cookers that save time and make work less tiresome. Ceilings have become lower as people use water coolers and air conditioners to keep their homes cool. Ventilators have disappeared altogether from modern houses. Right? So, how many of you keep ceiling fans and air conditioners in your house to keep cool? That's right. This is what happens. These electrical appliances usually are found in modern homes and in urban areas. Right? Not many people use ventilators anymore. Right? To keep cool. And then, yeah, the last topic we will be covering today is slums. Do you know what a slum is? Let's read. Thousands of people come to cities in search of jobs. These people often take up jobs as construction workers, mechanics, domestic help, and rickshaw pullers. The houses in towns and cities are expensive. Sometimes poor people cannot afford to buy or build houses for themselves. Instead, they build shelters from themselves with whatever cheap materials they can get, like plastic and tin sheets, in empty areas in the city. These places are called slums. Sometimes they also use waste materials to build their huts. Look at the picture on the right. You see a picture of a slum. Okay, that slum is called Dharavi in Mumbai. Okay, Dharavi in Mumbai is the largest slum in Asia. All right. So you can see the houses over there. They're made from cheap materials and plastic and sheets. None of those houses are made from cement or expensive materials, right? So those are what are called slums. And then, yeah, rural homes. We cover this one topic, rural homes. Rural homes are suited to the lifestyle of the people who live there. People keep cattle in sheds near their homes and build mud granaries to store their grains. Homes in rural areas are 1 or 2 storied with tiled or thatched roofs. Every house has a courtyard or an angan. Food is cooked in chullas that use biogas, wood, or charcoal. However, rural homes are changing rapidly with the spread of education, technology, better transport, roads, and railways. Electric bulbs are replacing lanterns and oil lamps, and most villages get piped water supply. Many rural homes now have modern toilets, right? So if you go to the villages and the small towns anywhere in India, you will find rural homes, right? Usually, these homes have cattle in sheds nearby their houses, and then they have mud granaries to store their grains, and then they have tiled thatched roofs, and then they have a courtyard, an angan, right? And they cook food in pots or chullas that use biogas, wood, or charcoal. But many of these houses are, of course, changing with the modern times, and many rural houses now have modern toilets. All right, so we will come to the end of the lesson for today. And for homework, I would like you to discuss the differences between houses in the present, meaning modern houses, and houses in the past. From from the experiences of let's say your own parents or your grandparents, all right, you can ask them what houses were like back then, and you, you can compare that to the house that you are living in right now. Okay, the differences between modern houses and houses in the past in your experience. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.